And it's Cisco here. Happy New Year! But before we go on to 2026, we have to talk about 2025 and the amazing year of gaming that it was. The Nintendo Switch 2 came out. We had a whole brand new Nintendo console come out this year. But we also got the release of the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4, the long-awaited release of a 3D platformer Donkey Kong game. We've had massive titles come out like Ghosts of Yotei and Expedition 33, Hades 2, the long-awaited Silk Song. This year had so many games released, and it was personally a favorite for gaming. Now, according to N10, what are the top games that we have played this year? It doesn't have to be a 2025 release, just a game that you enjoyed this year.
Hey guys, it's Key, and my game of the year has got to be Final Fantasy Tactics. When Square Enix sent me a review copy, I wasn't sure if this game was going to be for me, even though I heard so much about it, how great this game was supposed to be. And I gotta say, after playing all of it for like 35 hours, I can understand the hype. The gameplay really sets you into the world. It's a war simulator, so of course you command a lot of different forces to go up against these enemy forces that are like twice the size of your armies, and it's really, really fun and engaging. The characters that you create and also find along your journey really can make or break each battle that you go into. And the story, man, the story is just so peak. The dialogue might be a little bit hard for some people to really get in the mood for because it's very Shakespearean and old-timey, but it's still really expertly written. And the characters, man, they carry this game for me, honestly. Even though the other two things are great, the characters are what really set the tone and make this world feel so alive and lived in that you just want to keep on progressing to see where each of their individual character arcs go. Because following along in this game is kind of a headache until you start connecting the dots, and then it becomes even more interesting. But I could yap about this all day and try to convince you on why it's so great, but you just gotta play it for yourself. Final Fantasy Tactics. Get it on Amazon if you want to get the cool poster with it.
Speaking of a tactical game, another very RPG-ish game that you should play that came out this year was Xenoblade Chronicles X. This was a game that has actually been asked for so long, and it finally came out, and I had such a good time with it. Unlike previous Xenoblade games, this one's a lot more gameplay focused. We crash land on a mysterious planet and we're trying to rebuild civilization, and so we're having the new LA and building the population and trying to uncover the mysteries of this world and the evil villains that were chasing us to this planet to begin with. This game is so much fun. You could just dump endless hours into it and just grind out levels and missions and just building upon the world, and that's literally what this game is about. It's like world building. Eventually you do get a mech and you can just go around flying and obliterating things, and it is just such a good game. Strongly recommend it if you haven't played it.
This year, obviously, I'm going to pick a game that did not come out in 2025 because I have to be different. My game of the year is Shadow of the Colossus. Not even the PS4 remake, the original Shadow of the Colossus. I played this game at the beginning of this year, and it absolutely changed my view on gaming. This is one of the greatest video games ever made, without a doubt, and, you know, it's rare that I play a game that just sticks with me so deeply to my core, and this has definitely slated itself amongst one of those games. It is an experience that you just have to play for yourself. I highly recommend the original or the PS4 remake. They're both worth your time. But I have to pick if I had to pick a game from this year, it would be Donkey Kong Bonanza. This shit slapped. It went bananas. It was crazy. I had a lot of fun playing this game. Tons of fun. But Shadow of the Colossus, one of the greatest video games ever made. You need to play it. It will change your life. And if it doesn't change your life, you might be stupid.
Okay, first of all, you guys aren't stupid. Aiden's just someone who played Nintendo his whole life, and then he finally played his first PlayStation game, and he acted like he discovered it first. Speaking of PlayStation, Monster Hunter Wilds. This game is my first Monster Hunter game, and I had such a blast. I loved having your ride Pokemon character, I forgot what it's called, and you ride around hunting down monsters. Nata was really annoying, but man, you got to ride along with the babes. Oh my gosh, really good company. Let's just say that. And I even went to Japan and had cheese naan because in the game you cook and it looks delicious, and we had cheese naan and everybody wanted cheese naan. So I went to Japan and I had it myself, and it holds up, man. Cheese naan was so good, but it didn't look as delicious as it was in the game, so I will make note of that.
What's going on, gamers? Night Sky here, and if there is one game this year that I play the absolute crap out of, it's one that I've looked forward to ever since it was announced. It's one of my favorite series, and it's not Splatoon. It's not what you're normally thinking of, but I think most people are going to pick this one anyway, and that is Pokemon Legends ZA. When this got announced, I loved Legends Arceus, and I was extremely happy to see that we would be heading back to the Kalos region, albeit in just one central location, which is Lumiose City, and I was really kind of intrigued how it would work, just kind of being in one spot the entire game. But they did a really good job with it. Currently, right now, I am playing through the DLC, the Mega Dimension, and I'm loving that as well. Some stuff I wanted to change with it, but for the majority of it, I had a great time playing Legends ZA. The main story is really good. The characters, I love how fleshed out the characters are. Every single NPC, and even just main character and just friend, if you will, just like feels like such a unique character. Way much more, surprisingly, than I'd say in X and Y, and there's a lot of great characters in those games, but these ones just feel a lot more dynamic. They all have their own personalities, and who could forget the Mega evolution in the game is phenomenal. I love all the new Megas, and I still get so shocked whenever I see a new one, or even just looking back at a reaction of mine. They're just really well designed, and I love the concept of just having so many new Pokemon that you don't normally use as well on a team. And that's the cool thing about this game, is that you can just kind of swap out Pokemon whenever you want. It doesn't feel like you have to stay with a core 6 Pokemon team. You can swap out, whoever you want, and it just makes sense. So I really enjoy it. I'm looking forward to playing the rest of it. I don't think there'll be any more DLC for it, and if that's the case, that's okay. But I really love how Pokemon is really embracing the Legends formula. And here's hoping we could see another one soon, maybe for Black and White, Legends Kyurem. That could be pretty cool. But yeah, happy holidays, happy new year. Back to you guys.
Man, a lot of people are talking about Pokemon, but nobody's talking about Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, the sleeper pick of the Nintendo generation this year, I think. I'm so sick of Warrior games, but I have to say, this one surprised me. Aiden and I played this game co-op online through GameShare, and oh my gosh, was it so much fun. They have like so many new characters like Calamo. This guy was such a fun little goober. I love playing as him. He shoots acorns when you're flying through the air. It's such a fun game. The Construct Link is so freaking cool. The concept of it. They gave Zelda a big dumpy. And just the game itself is so much fun. Yeah, there's a lot of side characters you don't care about. Like we're trying to fill in the roster, but it's not working sometimes. But the game is really cool. It's really fun to play. I think, and the story is really great. Lots of homage to Tears of the Kingdom. And even though I didn't beat Tears of the Kingdom before I finished this game, my heart was pounding at some of the scenes because of how epic they were. So definitely, if you haven't checked out Age of Imprisonment, I would put it on your radar.
Hey everyone, Dak here, and my two favorite games this year. Actually have one that released this year, and it is Donkey Kong Bonanza. I cannot address how much fun this game is. It's fantastic. It's not on the Super Mario Odyssey level, but it's definitely one of the best games I've ever played, and personally, I believe it is the best game the Nintendo Switch 2 has to this day. Even though I enjoyed a lot of other games like Hyrule Warriors and Mario Kart, recently started playing Metroid and Kirby Air Ride, yeah, this is by far the best game the console has. It is a must. It is just a fantastic game. The other game that I really enjoyed was Metroid Samus Returns for the Nintendo 3DS. This year was the first time that I got to play it. It's been on my Nintendo 3DS want to play basis for a very long time, and now having the opportunity to play it and actually beat it, it was just a lot of fun. Definitely one of the best 2D Metroid games out there. I really do recommend it, and this got me really hyped for Metroid Prime 4, which I'm playing right now. I do have some controversial takes, but that will be for another DAG podcast episode. But yeah, these two games are my favorite games of 2025.
Oh, Metroid mentioned? Okay, I don't have to talk about Hunters then. Instead, I'm going to talk about Starlink Battle for Atlas. This game was a sleeper pick. I thought this game was going to be boring, but it was so much fun. You get to play as Fox. While there is original characters in this game, you do have the option to play as Fox if you play on the Nintendo, which I did. I was so surprised by how much fun I had with this game. You can go to different planets and you don't have to like load. You can just turn on your little hyperdrive and fly out the planet, go to a different one, complete missions. You're upgrading your pilot, you're upgrading your weapons, and you're just going around and exploring these worlds. It was so much fun. The story was surprisingly fun to play as well. I strongly recommend that game. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, play Starlink. It was a good game. It was a good game.
So, you heading back to Corneria now?
Eventually. But let's be honest here. You guys need all the help you can get.
Yeah.
Yo, it's your boy Radical. My favorite game of 2025. It's a tough one. Right now, I'm currently playing Hogwarts Legacy, but I feel like I can't pick that because I'm only like maybe 30-ish hours in at the time of recording, but I'm definitely addicted to that game. If you're a Harry Potter fan, definitely play Hogwarts Legacy. But I think it's gonna be a tie for me this year between Ghost of Yotei and Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, Pokemon Legends ZA was an honest surprise for me. I really enjoyed Legends Arceus. That game blew my expectations out of the water. I had so much fun. I was grinding everything. I think I did literally every single side quest and task in the game other than getting the shiny charm because you gotta do 1,000 battles, screw that. But it was just so riveting and the gameplay was incredible and I absolutely loved my experience with Pokemon Legends ZA. Probably a top 5, if not top 3 favorite Pokemon game of all time, for me at least. But then Ghost of Yotei, like I said, I don't get the hate for this game. I think it honestly was the true game of the year. It took what Ghost of Tsushima, which is a 10 out of 10, did so well and it literally just made it better with the gameplay, and I thought the story was good. Certain parts that I didn't like gave me like Last of Us 2 vibes, so you're like, ugh, like why'd you do that? But incredible games, both Ghost of Yotei and Pokemon Legends EA. And hey, like I said, play Hogwarts Legacy. I'm doing it right now. So many great games to play, even with the, entering a point where like it doesn't feel like a lot of new games will be coming out. I think there's so many games to play. So those would be my picks for my game of the year.
Man, this year's tough. Pokemon, Donkey Kong, Metroid, and you want me to pick?
You already had your turn, bitch.
I can still go if I want to. Donkey Kong Bonanza and Pokemon, very amazing titles, and I would say those are my game of the year, but it just doesn't make sense for 2025 to end without me talking about the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4. Now, I will say, with straight up honesty, my personal favorite of this year was Pokemon Legends ZA, but considering that was a very popular pick, and a lot of people already talked about it, we're gonna talk about Metroid. When Metroid was announced, it got delayed, and then they started over, and it got delayed again, and it was like this endless cycle of development time. The game was very fun, and I think in terms of visuals, it is literally the best looking Nintendo game ever made. I know it's a bold statement, but if you run it at 4K, if you run it on the mode with the 120 frames, I think you would kind of agree with me. The visuals are absolutely insane. I love the music. The gameplay is pretty fun. It's a little more linear than the previous titles, but I think that's really good because a lot of newcomers are struggling with the old games. The game is not perfect. It has flaws. The desert's boring. I don't like the Crystal Fetch quest, but I do hear a lot of Metroid fans saying that they do actually like it, so I don't know. But for me, I was not a fan of that, and I do think the story was a little off. It seems like the story heavily relies on the sequel, which I disagree with when it came to, you know, the long-awaited $70 Metroid Prime 4, just to end it on the note of like, yeah, just wait for the next game. I don't like that, but in general, overall, I think this game was so solid. I think everyone should give it a shot, even if it's just for playing with the visuals and doing a couple worlds. I think it's worth it. And definitely, you know, as a Metroid fan, I approve. That is my pick for this year of a game that I want to talk about. But my true game of the year is Pokemon. But I gotta take the time to plug in the Metroid. Thank you guys for watching. Happy New Year once again. Now that N10 spoke, on their games of 2025, we can finally transition on to 2026, which will be an amazing year of gaming. Comment down below, what was your favorite game that you played this year? We want to hear all about it. Thank you guys, and have a happy new year, and we'll catch you on next time. Peace.